Oh my god, guys, I forgot to say, I'm coming to New York. I'm so excited about it. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about educational beauty, honest and transparent beauty advice. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my signature look. Obviously, I've done a signature look before, but that was my kind of like old signature look. This is my new signature look, and I've had a lot of you asking about this look too. So let's head straight into the video in a bit, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And you can catch me over on Instagram, where you can watch my stories for some daily beauty news, some PR unboxing, even some kind of like food reviews. There's all sorts, everything I do, which I don't do on YouTube here. So let's jump straight into the video. So my moisturizer and eye cream are already on. I'm gonna go straight in with some primer to start my signature look, which is an updated version. Because obviously, you know, everyone changes their makeup in maybe a subtle way or completely. And you know, it's the same for me. So what I'm using is my Charlotte Tilbury Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer. I do really like this because it is SPF 50 as well. That is a big reason why I use this. I would say this is a good primer, but it's not necessarily the best primer. Like it isn't, like it does minimize the appearance of pores. If it didn't have any SPF in it, I don't know how much I would use this. So I just like the fact that it's a primer and SPF in one. So I'm kind of like minimizing the layers that I'm putting on. So yeah, I have to be honest with you guys. Got my hubby to order. What is this? This is what I always have. Iced skinny caramel macchiato. So good. Next up, concealer. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in medium. Just gonna apply some of this to my lids. I'm just buffing it in with my beauty blender. Okay, I've got a little bit of my banana powder from Ben Nye, and I'm just getting my Laura Mercier powder puff and kind of pressing it into my eye area, just on top of the concealer. Then I get my Real Techniques brush and I just kind of like dust the excess off. So now that's not going anywhere. That's like a lot of people, some people comment saying, what about eye primer? Okay, let me just explain this. I don't use eye primer because eye primer works great if you don't have to apply any foundation or concealer on your eyelids, but I do because obviously I've got a lot of darkness and I want to even everything out. So if I was to just go straight in with eye primer, it's not really going to do anything other than obviously intensify the eyeshadow that I'm going to use, kind of smooth the area. It's not really going to give me this really nice clean finish that's going to last all day. So I know you do get eye primers which have some color in there, but it still isn't enough. I've tried it, it just doesn't work. So you can't use eye primer on top of this because eye primer is quite a kind of like pasty product. And as soon as you kind of apply it on top of this, all of this is just going to start looking really weird and you're going to move the product around. That's why I don't use eye primer on this, but honestly, you don't need to with this. Like once you set your eyes like this, it's going to stay all day. Okay, I'm going to do my base first because the eye look that I do for my signature look isn't something that has a lot of eyeshadow fallout, so I can kind of get away with doing it last. So this is my concealer again, same one. Then I'm using my Hourglass concealer in Beach. I'm just gonna apply a small amount here. You really need the smallest amount of concealer from Hourglass because a little goes a long way. Now I'm gonna get my Hollywood complexion brush from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm actually gonna start buffing in the Hourglass concealer first because it does spread quite easily, so that's why I only use a very small amount, and it's just kind of like brighten these areas as well as give me a little bit of coverage and lift, because if you can see the direction that I've applied everything, like this is gonna give me that really nice lift there. And then whatever's left on the brush, take it onto the chin. And now I'm gonna go and blend my under eyes. And this is where I'm just buffing it in, because if you move the sponge around too much, you're basically just moving around all that product. And I really want it to stay on the under eye area. And I want it to be pretty seamless. That's why I really keep patting, very small movements. And I'm not bouncing the sponge off the skin too much. It's actually it's like hardly leaving the skin. Now for my Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer in Tan 46. This is literally running out. It's going down day by day. So I've applied it here and here because that's going to help to define my cheekbones and just give me that little bit of an indent there. And then on my jawline here because it just helps to kind of define the area. And then along here because I feel like it's a bit wide there and I kind of like want it to kind of make it look a little bit smaller. But more so, the perimeter of my face is done, as well as trying to kind of sculpt the face. It's also being done because I like the warmth that it kind of like brings out through my foundation. So I've applied foundation on its own before, totally flat, totally bland. And then if I've applied this underneath, you get that really nice subtle warmth coming through along the perimeter of the face. And I love that look. So that's another reason I do it. And obviously the nose here, because I feel like the tip of my nose is quite bulbous, so I like to kind of like really snatch that in. And then obviously the sides of the bridge of the nose because it just adds more definition there. So I'm going to start buffing this, and like I'm keeping the shape the same, but I'm just making sure there are no harsh edges. Oh my god, guys, I forgot to say, I'm coming to New York. I'm so excited about it. So I'm gonna be there, I'm flying in about a week. I am so excited. Guys, I can't wait. I've been to New York before. It's one of my favorite places ever. So it's not like I haven't been there, but I just love it. I'm just so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna be there for about a week. I can't wait. Only 1 week left. By the time this video comes out, I'll be flying in a couple of days. So yeah, I'm really excited. What are your suggestions? I know so many of you guys who follow me here on YouTube are from New York. I get some comments from you guys saying, I'm from New York, or I'm from like Mexico, I'm from India, I'm from Australia. And I love hearing where you guys are from. You know, anyone who's from New York, tell me, is there anywhere you suggest? I mean, I know the good places, like some of my favorite places to eat, Junior's. Breakfast, love it. I'm a very low-key kind of girl, so like I don't need to go super fancy fine dining. We've slipped in a couple of fine dining places, but you know, honestly, I really enjoy kind of more casual places. Junior's I love. Pancakes are amazing there, and they do really good cheesecake. And then where else do I like? Oh, you can't beat the hot dog stands. You just can't. It's so basic, but they're too small. You need like 2 of them. And then where else do I like? Going to Sour Best, because obviously they do the best French toast. Way better than the Sour Best here in Dubai. Oh my God, where else? Okay, I'm gonna keep talking while I'm doing this. So I'm putting my foundation on now, and currently I'm really loving this. This is the Dual Forever foundation, so I'm gonna use this. So I'm just getting my beauty blender and I'm gonna buff this into my skin, working my way down. Again, small movements. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not going random, like all over the place and being very strategic. So I'm like really pressing in. Similar movement to when I was pressing my concealer in. So what was I saying? Some of the places I'm going to. You know, Dr. Tarek from Appa Aesthetics, you probably saw him on one of my previous videos. He told us to go to Bubby's. We haven't been there before, so we're looking forward to that. We're gonna go there for breakfast because apparently that's good. I'm trying to think, where else are we going? We've got like loads of places we want to make. Oh my God, John's Pizza. Best pizza ever. That's in Times Square. I love it. Most of these places are in Times Square, I think. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions, then let us know. Just let me know in the comments below. Okay, just gonna make sure there's no creasing on my under eyes. Get rid of those creases. And then I'm gonna go in my powder, the banana powder. So I've got my Laura Mercier puff, pressing it into the powder that's in the palm of my hand. And then, first place I do always, under eyes. And then I just kind of add it here. You know, like this helps with that whole lifted look. That's about it. And then I get my big side of the Hourglass Veil brush, dust all this off. Then my Real Technique setting brush, nothing on this brush. And I just dust off the powder on my under eyes. Yeah, so super excited about going to New York. I can't wait. I feel like I really need like a just holiday. I mean, it's more like a food holiday because I love the food out there. And then I'm trying to think where else we're going. I'm gonna have a think and then let you know as I go along what other places we've booked. So I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in chocolate, literally just kind of like shaping the underside of my brow first, and then I start kind of adding the hairs, like as in replicating the hair. Gonna add some brow freeze from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I just kind of like bend a spoolie that I've got and I just like dab it. I don't scrape a whole load out. You really need the smallest amount. And then I'm just gonna like kind of push my hairs up. Okay, gonna quickly add some dual lip maximizer. That's just gonna get to work while I do the rest of my face. Okay, I'm gonna get my Natasha Denona bronze palette, and I'm using the shade Suntan. So I'm getting my MAC 219 brush, dipping it into the color, pressing it onto my back of my hand. So not tapping, that doesn't really do much other than take off. Yes, it does take off excess, but I don't really want too much of the color coming through immediately. So I actually dab it onto the back of my hand. And then this is where I'm just gonna like start from the half of my lash line here. I have to blink because sometimes, like, I don't know, I just get like I start blinking. Okay, can you see I'm pressing it really close to the lash line? And then what I'm doing is I'm taking it higher. So I'm gonna just turn my head here so you can see. And can you see I'm using the flat part, not the tip, flat part. And this is the benefit of actually doing a quick press, dab, whatever you wanna call it, on the back of your hand, because you don't get that immediate bulk color. It's just the right amount. You shouldn't ever be left with kind of like you shouldn't ever be left with an excess product on your lid and feel like you have to blend it in. It should just press into the skin and that's it. So you really need to make sure you've got the right amount of product on the brush. So now, as you can see, the color is kind of, I'm not going back into the color because as I'm going out, the color is lightening and lightening and lightening. It's fading, which is the perfect finish. So you can see it's just gone out nicely faded out. And if I need to use my finger to just kind of like drag it a little bit, then I do so. That's kind of it. I don't like it to look overly kind of winged, but at the same time I do want there, you know, I want it to fade out. There you go. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so I've got this color on both sides coming out like that. That's good for me. Now I'm going to get a smaller brush. I'm getting the Sigma L04. It's actually a detailed lip brush. I'm going to get the same color, dab it onto the back of my hand again. And this is where I'm going to go really close to my lash line. I'm just pressing it, and then it's going to meet this area here. And it just looks like it's just a very nice kind of, it's graduating out into this. Okay, gonna get that other brush I used first, the MAC one. Nothing on this brush now, I've taken the excess off. What I'm doing is just kind of like going side to side so it all kind of blends in, so it doesn't look like there's any kind of patchiness. I'm gonna get an eyeliner. I'm getting the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. All I'm doing is I'm going super close to my lash line here. Just that front section there, that's it. You know how I usually do when I'm applying lashes? And all that's gonna do is when I apply my lashes, because I like having a bit of a gap here, you know, I don't like bringing the lashes all the way in. It means that it's not gonna look like the lashes are disconnected. I'm gonna just curl my lashes quickly using my Kevyn Aucoin lash curler. I don't just press and hold, I actually keep kind of letting go, just like a pumping action. I'm gonna use my Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes mascara. Just gonna take this through my lashes. So I'm gonna get my lashes, which are obviously my own brand lashes, and I'm gonna get some glue. I use the Huda Beauty lash glue, the black one, because it's just so easy to peel off the lash. I much prefer this lash glue. It's like, it doesn't ruin your lashes at all. So I just get like, this is just an old stick that I've got from, there used to be a brush at the end and it came off. And I kept this stick so that I can just use this to kind of like apply my lash glue. I don't know who ever applies lash glue straight from the tube. That's just like crazy. Way too much glue comes out and it's not precise at all. So I just like put, can you see I've got like some lash glue there, and I grab the stick and then I just dip it in and then take it along, create like a really nice like thin line. I'm gonna let that dry just a little so it's semi-dry. The other two places we're going to, because we love steak, we're gonna go to Keen's. Love that place, been there before. Last time we went there we had steak. It was great, but I've heard that they're really well known for their like lamb chops, so I'm gonna go there for that. And then Ruth's Chris. Oh my god, my favorite steakhouse. I love that place. I don't know, because if you guys like, if any of you guys from the US or you know you're from New York, maybe you guys are like, oh, that's not even like that good. I don't know, but obviously I'm not from there, so I can only go by what I've tried and people have recommended and what I've loved. And Ruth's Chris, we used to have one in Dubai and it was amazing. Best steakhouse in Dubai. Hasn't been another one since that is anything close to that, as good as that. Unfortunately that shut down before COVID. I guess the only really well-known one here which is like good steak is Nusrat, but I still don't think it's as good as Ruth's Chris. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Ruth's Chris as well. That's gonna be awesome. I want to know some good dessert places, because obviously like nothing is off limits in terms of food when we go there, so I can't wait. Gonna get my lash, gonna grab it with my tweezer there, so you can see I've got it here. Just gonna go right in there. While that's drying, I'm going to go back into that suntan with my MAC brush. Again, press the excess on the back of my hand. This is where I'm trying to go very small back and forth movements right into my lower lashes. Like, I don't want it to look too obvious, so it's really, really small movements. You shouldn't have to dip back into the product because you just want to spread whatever you've got on the brush on the lower lashes, and because we want it to be pretty faint, you don't, that's another reason you don't need more product. There you go, you can see like the difference, right? Okay, gonna go in with my mascara and same one. Just gonna kind of go through my lower lashes. So I'm gonna use my Fenty Sunstalker in Shady Biz and my Fenty 200 brush. And I'm just gonna sculpt my nose just a little here. So all I'm doing is doing a little kind of, following what I did with my darker concealer that I used. It's just kind of enhancing it a little bit more. So again, on the side of the bridge of the nose. Then I'm getting my Hourglass Veil brush. I'm just gonna kind of like sculpt my cheekbones, but more so the warmth that I wanna add there. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of blush. I'm using the Melba shade from MAC. I'm really loving this shade at the moment. I was obsessed with Peaches for a very long time. Now I'm obsessed with Melba. And I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Powder brush because it's just a great blush brush. And I go really high on the cheekbones here because I feel like it just is more lifting. It complements my face shape a bit better. Okay, I'm gonna use my Kevyn Aucoin pencil in Divine. Just gonna kind of like very lightly. I'm really not pressing that hard, to be honest, and I'm not really going for like a proper lip line. I just want it to be very faint. I just drag it in a little bit. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't actually look like a full-on lip line, but it has shaped the lips. Then I'm going in with my NARS Power Matte in Joyride. I'm just using, honestly, the tiniest amount. Can you see like 3 dots there? I don't like going in all in with that because it's quite like a matte shade and I just want a bit of the color. I'm not interested in how matte it is, but because I've hydrated underneath, I don't have a problem with how matte it is. I don't like it to be super perfect, so I just want it to look like a nice stain. It adds just the right amount of kind of color coming through, very transparent. I am obsessing over this at the moment. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Glow Fusion Powder. Currently, instead of an actual highlighter, I use this. So just put this at the end there because it's so much more natural. And then sometimes I take my finger and do it because it's just easier. Go down there. That brush is, I don't even know what it is. It's just some dome brush. And then I go in with my Zoeva 134 brush. See that really nice glow it gives? It's just so nice. Just add this wherever I want more of a dewy finish. And that is basically my current signature makeup look, which I'm wearing more or less all the time at the moment. Sometimes I change it up a little bit, but my go-to is usually this. So I really wanted to show you because there is a way to use eyeshadow where you don't have to really be so complicated about it. And I think this is really easy. It gives you a subtle kind of eye makeup look. So there's nothing major going on, but at the same time, there is something there, you know, and you don't have to really mess around with eyeliner too much. I've only literally put it there just so that it doesn't look like there's a gap between my lash line and my actual lashes. So yeah, I really do hope that you've enjoyed this, and I just really wanted to show you what my signature look is and how I do it at the moment, because everyone's signature look kind of changes every so often. You're introduced to new products, maybe you swap around some products, or maybe you just change up your general look. You know, it just depends on what you like and how kind of comfortable you are with the look that you have, or whether you change it up sometimes. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with my look, but I do change it up, and I have done. So I know this is very different from my previous signature look, which I still do sometimes, but this seems to be the one that I'm going for lately quite a bit. I hope you enjoyed my signature makeup look and you enjoyed going through those products with me too. Everything is listed in the description box below, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments box. Now, as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.